Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bite Size. We've got a new format on the on the live stream thing that we use, and it's just confused the hell out of me. So anyway, doesn't matter. Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? If you're new around here, this is our Monday live stream where we get to hang out and talk about stuff. So if you are joining us and you want to talk about, I don't know, maybe some running shoes. Maybe you've got some coaching questions. Maybe, you don't know what to do with yourself over the summer. Whatever it is, running related or not running related, let me know in the comments. There's a chat box. There's a chat function going down the side. And I want to hear from you. And I will go through and answer every question that we get. So make sure you get in there and get involved in the show tonight. That'd be awesome. But yeah, Tobe, I don't know if you're listening, but just a pre-warning, they've changed everything. So that's if you've taken this out on your run as a podcast, thank you very much for taking us out on your podcast. We really do appreciate it. I know most of you do listen to this as a podcast, so we really do appreciate the fact that you are taking us out on that run. I think that's about it in terms of thank yous and things like that. There's a lot going on at the moment in terms of the world of 40 runs. Even though I'm not running, I've got a very important appointment on Thursday, so let's see what happens there. But yes, in general, I am still not running, which is incredibly frustrating. And I said to the boys yesterday, I was at the Hackney Half. If you didn't know, but I was at the Hackney Half yesterday. Let me know in the comments if you was at the Hackney Half. But I said to the boys, that's the last event that I kind of want to spectate from. I've had enough of spectating and not running. So yes, that's where I'm at in terms of running at the moment. But yes, so let me know how you got on. What are you up to this bank holiday weekend? Again, if you're joining us, get in the chat comment function thing. One thing I do want to talk to you about tonight is the Nike Pegasus. So if you've got or had or are going to get whatever, I will come on to it in just a minute. Let me know in the chat box what you think of the Nike Pegasus shoe. I'd be interested to know if you had Nike Pegasus, not had the Nike Pegasus. We'll get the Nike Pegasus and all that sort of stuff, and I'll come on to why in just a sec. I have got two shoes with me, by the way. We've been sent quite a few pairs of shoes for me when I do get back out and running. But there's two shoes, right, that I wanted to show you, and mainly because, well, these are two shoes I know I can show you, but they're two that you probably wouldn't expect me to show you. But they're two shoes that that in a weird way I'm kind of looking forward to actually running in, because I've been basically walking about in them a lot. For the last 5 weeks or whatever it is. But they're two shoes, and I've got them here. They're two daily trainers, but two different sorts of daily trainers. I've got the Ghost 16 for Brooks. Okay, I'm holding that up to the camera, which has got the new DNA. Well, it's not the new DNA, but it's Loft midsole, but it's what's from the Glycerines now on the Ghost. So I've got the 16. We're going to an event in, I think, London. We're going to be doing some stuff around with the Brooks Ghost 16. But let me know what you think of this. Whether you are a Brooks Ghost wearer, let me know, or whether you've been converted to the Ghost Max. But yeah, it's what's it say? Nitro injected. Yeah, that's where the there. So that's the Brooks Ghost 16. As you can say, I've just been wearing them to walk in. Both these shoes. The other one as well I brought up was the Ultra. They're now not called the Fast Forward or whatever it was. This is now the Experience Flow. So this is their sort of slightly dropped shoe. So it's got a 4 mil drop on it on this shoe. Let me know. But the thing is with Ultra shoes, the reason I bought the Ultra up is because you guys were talking about Ultra shoes the other week and how ugly they are. So I want to know if you think this shoe's ugly. But see that. So it usually, so in here, compare the two in terms of foot placement. It's like, it's probably a better way to show it is like that, actually. Again, I apologize on the podcast because I'm showing the two shoes up. But imagine this one, the Ultra, as your toes. See those blue lines? They're your toes. They're sort of a bit more cramped in. Anyway, this is the Ultra sort of daily train. This has got the I think it's the Ego. Was it Ego Max on here? I can't even remember. Again, I've not done any of the stats sheets or anything like these. I've just been walking about in them. Here's the stack height. So 28 and 32, so 4 mil drop. Ultra shoes are known for doing for having a 0 drop, but this is a shoe that they came out with last year. It was called, I think it was called the Fast Forward. That had a drop on it, so heel to toe in terms of the drop. But this is the new version. It's called something different. So yeah, I brought them up because mainly because you said that they were ugly, and secondly because I've been walking about a lot in the Go 16. So they were like 2 shoes. When I came up the stairs to do this, I thought actually I'll grab those and bring them up. So anyway, right. So if you're joining us here now, I want you to get into the comment section. Whether you want to ask a comment, a coaching comment, I don't know, whatever it is that's on your mind. Don't forget, by the way, if you are new around here, we've got our performance coaching, which is available. So if you're after a watch-based personalized coaching platform, I'm not talking about the other running apps that are out there. I'm talking above that. So you'll get a personalized plan that you can follow along. It's all on your phone, all on your watch, that you can totally personalize. It's written by a coach and then personalized, and you get that guidance from the coach all the way through it, with some other stuff on this. Really cool tech, including speed up, slow down on your watch. Just get over to the website and sign up for that. I know the guys are absolutely loving that. And we've also got if you can't afford that, we've got the Facebook groups that are open. If you've got an autumn marathon or half, you can join that. Again, it's all on FORDYruns.com, and we'll give you a plan and things like that, and you'll get some help with a coach as well. So that's out there. But right, so moving on, let's get into the comments. Again, please jump in there. Nike Pegasus, the reason I mention it is because it's now on the Nike website. Let me get my phone up here, and it's coming out. If you're new around here, I don't get sent Nike shoes anymore. I won't go into the details, but yeah, let's just not get into that. Here it is. Nike Pegasus 41. I'm just showing my phone up to the camera. It's now on the website. It's going to be £130, and it's available on the 5th of June. Now, the biggest difference, I would say, reading the description and the stuff I've seen already from other people, is the fact it's got the React X in it. So what's in the Infinity Run 4 is going to be now in the Nike Pegasus, which is good news, because the Infinity Run 4 was definitely, even though it was really heavy, the foam in there was a lot better than normal React foam. It's a lot more bouncier. Just general, just a bit, yeah, just to add a little bit more about it in terms of the foam. So I think it's an interesting time for the Pegasus with the shoes that are out there, like the Rebel 4, which is a really up tempo daily training, which I think is fantastic. And then you've got your more traditional stuff, like, for example, the Ghost. So it'd be interesting to see how the Pegasus 41 sort of, well, whether it's upped its game or not. But at £130, I think it's reasonably priced. So let's see. I've got high hopes for the Pegasus 41. So again, let me know in the comments as you join us live whether you're going to go for that. So 5th, did I say 5th of June? I think it was. Anyway, let's get into the comments. Again, last shout. If you're joining us late, get into the comment section here and ask away. Coaching, training, whatever you want to know. Shoes, whatever it is. So I'm just going to say good evening to everybody. So that's kind of cool. Bam. Evening, Chris. Well, what a weekend. Extreme Park Run was epic. And Stalk 10 Sunday. What an event. Must again for anyone. Yeah, I would. The guys, I saw Al's post. Was it Al or Evie's post in the Facebook group? If you're not a part of the Facebook group, make sure you join that. And they were saying about that we want record attendance or something next year. I didn't read the whole thing, but it seems like it was a cracking event. I know Al loves the T-shirts there. So I would strongly recommend, if you're Southeast based or you want to do a bit of traveling, check out the store event next year, 5 and 10 miler. And I think it's a traily sort of event. Bam, let me know. Evening, Lee. Good evening to you. Thank you, Gary. Dawn, yep, great day at the Extreme Park Run. If you don't know Extreme Park Run, so we went to Yarborough Park Run. About 150, 200 of us turned up at Yarborough Park Run. And I've got to give a shout out to the run directors and all the volunteers. They did an amazing job of hosting us. So thank you very much to them. And if you've not signed up for Pride, we're doing a Pride Park Run in Clapham Common, 29th of June. Head over to FORDYruns.com. And we've got some big news coming about Great North Run. in terms of details about what we're doing coming up soon, just as a heads up. So if you're booking tickets, train tickets, you might want to wait until we tell you the details of what's coming on the Saturday. Okay, what else is going on here? Evening from Ohio. Good afternoon from Ohio. That's pretty cool. Excited for my 10K Thursday, aiming for a sub 42. Running in the Endo Pro 3s. Good luck with that. I tell you what, shoot. Oh, hang on. And when I come back from running, I've got a pile of shoes that I've got to get through. But one shoe that this could sound a bit weird. This is how much I've been missing running. One shoe that I think I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time on, listen to this, is the SC. You've just reason, mate, is the SC Elite from New Balance, the version 4. It's quite a heavy shoe, but it's a very stable shoe. And that's why where you said the Pro 3, and not that made me think of it, but it was just like, it kind of made me think about coming back, because I've got a half marathon that I'm hoping to do in June. And I'm seriously thinking about, even though the SC Elite version 4 is not a very good race shoe, I think as a training shoe, although it is extremely expensive for a training shoe, and the new SC Trainer will be coming soon. Yeah, I just think I really like that as a training shoe, even though it's a really expensive shoe. I know I'm contradicting myself, but hang on. Right, I'm back. So yeah, good luck anyway, Matt. I sort of went off there, didn't I? So James, loved the Extreme Park run. Happy Monday to you as well, Beth. Evening, FORDY. Evening, FORDY from sunny Northern Ireland. Just doing a bit of cross training while listening. Thank you very much. Hoovering the motor. Yeah, I'm in the gym tomorrow. I had a bit of a shocker this morning. I was meant to go today, but I forgot my gym kit. Schoolboy error. Basically, I was still tired from watching the fight on Saturday night. I watched the fight, and then I got up for the Hackney Half, and I think that just wiped me out. This morning I got up, forgot everything. It was late, so that kind of took me out of that. I've got to give a shout out to Miles Gourmet. If you've not seen his photos, check him out on Instagram. But he took some lovely photos of the park run event. But Debbie just mentioned there the breakfast. We had a cracking breakfast at the what was it? The Windmill Pub or something like that. Pablo's answering the question about the Nike Pegasus. Just use them as casual shoes. Yeah, I think the last few versions of the shoe were only good as casual shoes. They weren't good as running shoes, the Nike Pegasus. But I think the 41 looks interesting. I want to know the weight, basically. That's the thing for me. I'm really interested to know the weight on the Pegasus. Because I liked I know it's Zoom X in there as well in a carrier, but I liked the Vomero. That surprised me, the Vomero 17. And they do have a good outsole on them, the Nikes. That's the other good thing as well. And that green colorway, by the way, that Volt colorway, looked banging. So, yeah, let's see. Super interesting. The other one that I've got, oh no, yeah. So, just get my dates right, because I think it's on the website now. The Kayano 31, you was asking about it last week. The Kayano 31 is now on the ASICS website. If you want to check that out. You was asking about it last week, but basically it looks like an update, pretty much. Did you see Gal Clichy? I think I'm getting that wrong. Gal Clichy. He ran 1:32 at Hackney Half. Only 1 cup of water faster than Ben at mile 8. There you go. While Ben was a hero. Everyone was a hero yesterday because it was warm. Okay. Matt Nash. I love Matt Nash on a Monday. He gives some of the best questions. So big shout out to Matt. And again, get your questions in the question section, comment section, if you're watching this live. Matt Nash, given how good it's been, what improvements do you think could be made to the Adidas Pro 3 in version 4? How big is the fear when a shoe has been so good that the update isn't as good? Brilliant question. Really is a brilliant question. Okay. So we've had some sneaks from the Adidas Pro 4. I think if you go on Instagram, you can see it. I think the biggest thing for me is probably the upper, but also the laces. The laces on the Pro 3 were shockingly bad. I think the foam setup is good. I hope they haven't played around with it. It's the Light Strike Pro in that shoe for me is just the right blend. It's not overly soft, but it's not overly firm. It's just in a sweet spot. So I hope they haven't played around with that too much. I hope they haven't made it heavier. But I think really the key for me with the Adidas Pro 4 is the upper, which looks like it's been given a reworking, and the laces, which looks like it's been given a reworking. That will be the most important thing, because I think I said it to you before on the London Marathon. I stopped and retied them. I stopped and retied them in the Amsterdam Marathon. They're a bit of a pickle, those laces, and the upper's not brilliant. Again, it's like the Boston 12. The only thing that lets the Boston 12 down is the upper. So it'd be good to get a good upper on those shoes. So let's see. I'm super hopeful, because Adidas seem to be on the right trend at the moment in terms of everything. I just really hope that it's not gone up in weight. That's the only thing, because that seems to be other than the ASIC shoes, which done a cracking job in terms of weight. Everything else I said about the SC Elite, everything else has gone up in weight. So let's see what happens there. But brilliant question, Matt. Come back next week with another. Oh no, next week's a bank holiday. We may or may not be here. I think we'll be here, but just in case, I'm just putting it out there now. But we should be here. Should be here. Okay, Paige's in the house. Mr. Biometrics. What a weekend. 10K race on Saturday, then volunteering at the Hackney Half. Yes, apparently you had a megaphone, but it's not as big as mine. Brilliant seeing so many FORDYs at both events. Yeah, thanks for volunteering. Okay, we're moving on. This is great. Thanks to everybody who's joined us a little bit later. Get your questions and comments in, and I will answer some coaching related. If you've got some training questions or running shoe questions, whatever, get them in, or anything else really. Right, evening, Chris. Looking for new trainers to train in and possibly racing, but would like options for both. I am a slight build, neutral and high instep. Looking at 4-hour marathon, I get trainer blindness. There's so many out there. I mean, you could save all your money and buy the Saucony Dolphin Speed 4. That would do training and racing. If you wanted to split them out, then you could go Pro 4, Saucony Pro 4. I still think that's the sort of everyday runner's race shoe, because I think it's stable enough to tick so many boxes for people. And then you could add in because you could use your Pro 4s for your speedier stuff. Then you want something a bit of cushion, so something nice and comfortable to rock it out in terms of as a daily trainer. I mean, you could go completely nuts and get the Super Blast and the Pro 4, Endorphin Pro 4, but I appreciate it's not for everyone. If you do want a carbon plate, you could obviously get the Super Blast or the Super Blast 2 for your training and racing as well. But it's that is Super Blast 2. You might have to wait a little bit, but they're a couple of options, I would say, in terms of shoes. But yeah, the Speed 4 from Saucony is going to do all of them. All of that is going to tick all the boxes. So that's probably the sensible thing, and it'll probably save you a bit of money as well. And they look good. Kurt, really enjoyed Saturday at Yarborough. Nice to get together and eat more local to me, and a PB2. Well done. Yeah, Kurt, it was a good course, wasn't it? I thought it was a really good course, actually. I think that's definitely one if you want to go for a park run PB and you're around that sort of way. Definitely a good shout to go there. Pablo, Chris, love my Dolphin Pro 3s. Are the 4s as good for all paces? Yeah, they are. I would say they're a little bit more marathon friendly. The speed roll's not as aggressive. And they're a little bit wider, so they get a little bit more of a stable ride. But they are just as, in my view, they're just as good. I really like the Pro 4s. Really like the Pro 4s. I think it's a cracking race day shoe that can do, all levels of running. Gary, I'm in the market for a new pair of daily trainers with comfy cushioning. Oh, comfy cushioning. A6 Nimbus 26, 25. Probably get the 25 pretty cheap. I mean, you can't get any more comfortable than that. It's really heavy, but it is really comfortable. Triumph 22. Maybe it's a good shout as well. They're two good shoes to check out in terms of cushioning and comfort. Actually, I think the Triumph 22 is lighter, but so that might be worth a shout, Gary. Them Ultras, no ego. They do have some delicious brand new Escalante races too out. There we go. Alfie's loving Ultra. Gary, thank you for the Facebook training plans. 20 weeks until Chester. Let's go. Yeah, so Gary's in the Facebook group. If you've got an autumn marathon, you want some help with your coaching and a training plan, we've got a group that's going, exclusive group that's going. If you want some more details, hello at FORDYruns.com. And we've also got the performance coaching, which is a premium. It's a running coach guided training plans on your phone on that, but obviously with the personal touch of a coach as well, and it's all customizable. So again, check that out. 40 runs. Yeah, there we go. Look, James Pagey, get the app, game changer in terms of training. There you go, man who uses it. So don't necessarily listen to me. What is the best way to pace a 10k? I'm doing 1k repeats at 340 per kilometer, but I'm afraid of dying at 8k. So hang on, are you? I'm doing 1k repeats. Are you talking about the race, or are you talking about training runs? Let me know and I'll come back to you on that one. Make sure. And look at this. Sorry, I've just caught my eye. But come back to me. Let me know. Is this, are you talking about strategy for a race? Are you talking about training? Look at this. Oh, I can't show it. Hey, where is it? I'm coming back to it. Look. Regards from Santa Monica. How awesome's that? Phil, you're my hero. Regards from Santa Monica. Wow. There's two people. I can't remember their names. Apologies. From Carolina. It's just, they're 40 runs t-shirts in Carolina. It's fucking mad. It's brilliant. Okay, right, let's go. But make sure whoever that was before, make sure you answer the question. Come back to me. Mr. Speedy Pants, Michael Sandyford, any recommendations for fast light trail shoes? Yes, I've got the best shoe for you, Michael. Best shoe for you. It's called the Asics Fuji Speed 2. It's so awesome. Forget your Nikes and whatever. And you've got the new Saucony and Dolphin trail shoes coming out. But the Fuji Speed 2, and you could pick them up cheap, right? It's brilliant. It's so good. It's just such a great shoe. It's so much fun. It's got a plate in it and that lot. And you can just go bananas. I mean, this is the man I'm talking to here. He runs like a 16-minute park run in his Reeboks float ride. So I don't know why. To be honest with you, Mark, you could put a cut of bricks on your feet and still zip about the trails faster than me. But yeah, I honestly check out the food. Let's have a look how much they are while we're doing it live on here. It's proper consumer advice here. Fuji Speed 2. It's such a good trail shoe. Right, so there we go, right? So straight away, 120 quid at Start Fitness. You're going to get 10% off using the code 40 runs. So, you're banging money. I don't know what size you are. Will this load up? Let's see what sizes they've got. Actually, they've not got many sizes at Start Fitness, so you might have to hunt about, but they're discounted on a lot of websites I'm looking at here. So definitely check them out. Men's Asics and men's Fuji Speed 2, Michael, is the shoe for you. Good to see you. Bam Bam. Still was all trail best t-shirt medal I've ever seen. There we go. Gary's asking a question about Skechers. I would wait for Skechers next year. We've got some stuff coming from them, and the Speed Beast is now called. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. I should know. Alpha Tempo. It's called the Speed Beast is now called the Alpha Tempo, which is available, I think, in the US only. Yeah, I'm just having a look here. Let's have a look. Yeah, I can't see it here in the UK. That was me typing, by the way. So yes, have a look at that. Alpha Tempo is $185 on the Skechers website, but that's basically the Speed Beast. But it's not allowed to be called Speed Beast anymore. Last shout for any questions, by the way. Get in the chat box and I'll answer them before we go. Lee Jackson, those vegan eggs looked awesome. My plate was only vegan stuff on there, unless you've got evidence otherwise. Evening, Chris. Just a cheers for sorted 10% discount from Start Fitness. You're welcome. Got some Endo Speed 4s. Only one Speedwork session done. So much better than the Speed 2. Yeah, I think they are. I think the Endo Speed 4, it's a slow burner, that shoe. That if you put them on and you think, well, this is a bit different, it will all of a sudden catch you up in terms of how much you like them, and then you'll find yourself not in anything else, even though you probably should be. Adam, evening 40, completed the Jurassic Coast 100k continuous over the weekend. Jesus. Possibly the proudest moment of my running journey, and also my toughest. Well done, Adam. That's courageous. Courageous is the word I was looking for. Evening 40, missed you last week. I managed to beat my half marathon PB by 5 minutes in Leeds. Yeah, I wasn't in Leeds. Sorry about that. Got 1 hour 42. Well done. Hope the calf is healing well. Thanks very much, mate. Fingers crossed this week. Let's see. But I am fed up of not running to the point where it's really, really starting to irritate me. And yes, anyway, I won't go into that. 40, look in the Gel Kayano 31. The website says it's a neutral stability. Isn't that max stability traditional? Yeah, I think I might actually make a video about the sort of stability shoes and how they're sort of changing or have changed and the direction they're going in. I think it's rather interesting the direction in which Kayanos and your guides, your traditional sort of stability shoes have changed in the way that they're made up. But yeah, it's more that they kind of are neutral stability in a way, even though that's the biggest contradiction in terms of running shoes. But then, they don't have these giant postings in anymore and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's quite interesting. But I know it's about 180 quid, I think. A bit lively, isn't it? Lindsay, apologies for joining late. No apologies needed. We are welcome at any time to join the podcast and live stream. She's late on the train. Nightmare journey from Lille. Well, thank you very much for coming on. Ben's gone running. Evening 40. Had a great time at Yarborough. My 100th part run. Hero. Major diet has started today. Honestly, mate, I'm with you 100. I'm 100% with you, Ben. We should be doing this ourselves. I've even got to the point where I'm now seeing Huel adverts all over my social media at the moment because I've been Googling it so much. Where I've not been running for like 5 weeks, I just feel like, you know what I mean? So I'm with you on that one. I'm kicking in big time as well. I've got to get my ass into gear, but it's just amazing, isn't it? You search one thing once, and all of a sudden, Huel adverts. It's just all I'm getting. But yeah, I'm with you 100% with you, big boy. But you look good at the weekend. Olivia, hi, Fordy. Currently wearing glycerin. Ordered some Nova Blast. The first one I had achy knees after 5 kilometers. I'm not surprised going from a glycerin to a Nova Blast. Do you think the adjustment phase is due to a different drop? I would say they're probably just unsuitable. Well, no, that's unfair. I think it just takes a little bit of getting used to. The foam's a lot softer. The glycerin, I don't know what model your glycerin you're in, but the glycerin is a traditionally firmer ride. It's also more of a maximal cushion shoe. It's probably built for those longer miles. Where the Nova Blast is a good shoe, but it's a faster feeling shoe. It's got a little bit more of an aggressive, responsive foam on it. It could be a little bit more unstable as well. That's the other thing as well. It could have been really hammering your IT band, which is where maybe you're getting some of that ache in your knees from. So I'd have a look at it. It's a different switch, I would say, to go from a glycerin. I think they actually complement each other. And I'd have my glycerins for my long, slow runs and things like that, and the recovery miles. Then I'd have my sort of Nova Blasts for those quicker sessions, those tempo runs, maybe that sort of longer run where I want to put a bit of it more of an effort in. I think they sort of two go hand in hand. Something a little bit lighter, a little bit faster feeling is where I'd use them. So Phil's from Santa Monica. We've done that. Matthew Wallace is loving his Fuji Speed 2s on park runs and trails. Great shoes, light and quick. Beth is excited for the GNR Shakeout announcement. Who said there was a GNR Shakeout announcement coming? Mate, was that me? I'm now in trouble with everybody. The National Running Show Shakedown Run was epic. Yeah, if you didn't come to the Shakeout Run last year at Great North Run, which was like sort of the first one they've ever done, I think it was just absolutely crazy how many people we had there. This year's going to be a lot bigger. If someone was sensible, they'd go over to the website and get their tickets, but they're not on there now. Maybe let something slip. Gonna get shot. Anyway, did I say that live on air? Hopefully Hayden's not listening. How does the Hackney Half compare to other London events? That's a good question. I was at the Hackney Half at the weekend. I wasn't running it, obviously. Big shout out to Hayden, actually. Thank you very much to him for filming that for me. How does the Hackney Half compare to other events? It's a different vibe. It's very much a noisier experience. I would say it's loud. I would say it's crowded. The streets feel narrow and it feels packed the whole way through. Organization's excellent. It is a great event. Participation's amazing, but it is a busy event. I think the festival starting place area is good. I think it's got a good vibe about it, and if it's your first half marathon, it's great. But it's not really a half marathon you can run a time in unless you're right out at the front. But I think overall, I really, really like the event. I really, really like the vibe. I think it's in the perfect spot in the calendar. But it's got a different vibe to the London Landmarks Half Marathon, for example, which again is one of my favourite events as well. That's a little bit more conservative, great, more traditional support. So I think Hackney's great. It's a little bit. It's just terrible things there, but it's got like more of a younger vibe to it, which I don't think is a bad thing, by the way. But that it kind of feels a bit like that. You know, you've got all your guys and girls dressed in black with their alpha flyers on. You know, the London run clubs that are all fashionable at the moment, all dressed in black, doing their thing in their singlets. And again, I think that's a good thing, okay, that they're getting young people because they'll end up in 40 runs at some point when they've had kids and grown up. But I think there's definitely a younger feeling vibe to the whole thing, which I think is a good thing. So that's what makes it stand out. It's a really, really good event. I appreciate it's expensive, but if you can do it, I'd recommend doing it. I think that's fair. Anybody disagree with me on that one? I've just seen the time, so we're going to be wrapping it up in a minute. And by the way, I actually I'll come on to it in just a sec. I'll answer these two, and then I'll come on to that. Glycerin 21, where a 10 kilometers half marathon speedier shoe required. Deviate Nitro 2 or Speed 4. 10k half marathon speedier shoe. I got to be honest with you, I wouldn't even. I'd add the Deviate Nitro 2 and the Saucony Speed 4 are really good shoes that can do everything. But if I was looking for a lightweight 10k half marathon shoe, I'd probably look at something like the Asics Metaspeed Paris or Edge, depending on which way you go in terms of the feel of the shoe. Because I'd want something lightweight. Although I know they're 200 and something quid, the other shoe, and I don't know how much they are. And I'm looking. Oh, it's still really expensive. I've just looked up the Hoka Rocket X2 because that is an unbelievably quick shoe. And it's the same price as the Asics, to be fair. That's if you can pick that up quick, pick that up cheap, that's a good shoe. Really random one. And it's not the lightest thing in the world, but it's quite a good shoe. Is the Under Armour Velocity Elite 2. Before I got injured, I really enjoyed that. And I don't know how much that is, but that's about 200 quid. But again, you can save some money on Start Fitness with that. But that's a good shoe. But the Deviate Nitro 2 and Saucony Speed 4 are amazing, amazing shoes, right? But if I was looking for something, I mean, they do complement the Glycerin 21. So, yeah, both very good shoes. But I'd want something a little bit like lively for 10k and half. I'd want something that really hits the ground running. I flat feet, so I always recommend getting stability shoes, which I find clunky. However, Saucony Omni 22 and Hoka Arahi 6 work for me. Curious to hear your thoughts. No, don't ever apologise for being late. I've not tried the Saucony Omni series and Hoka shoes. I just don't care for, apart from the Rocket X2. The Cello Hello thing's a good training shoe, but it's overpriced. The rest of them, take it or leave it. I know they've got some good shoes coming, hopefully. The Mac X2 looks good, stuff like that. So let's see which direction they go. But Really, they don't do anything to me. Much prefer the guide over the Arahi, the Saucony guide that is, by the way. Much prefer, which you can still pick up cheaper, and it's not an out and out stability shoe, but is the Saucony, the Puma Forever Run. That's a great shoe as well. Just not a fan of the Harai, but again, I've not tried the Omni, so I can't really comment on that. God, okay, so we're gonna have to. Okay, so Alejo, I've got your name wrong. Was asking best way to pace the 10K race based on repeat pace of the training sessions. I prefer personally to go pretty even in the front on a 10K, and then negative split the second half, and then just drop the hammer, and then really go in it. So whether you want to build maybe a fraction into the front, but I don't remember what the pace was, but whatever it was, maybe you drop that fraction versus the repeats that you're running in your training sessions, and then from 5K on, then hit that repeat session. That maybe, but depends how hard that repeat is feeling. Could you hold that? The thing, but the thing is with a 10K, you just want to hold on. So I would go out with the 5K split in mind, and then look to negative it and maybe drop to that repeat pace. But again, that might be really hard to maintain for you. I don't know you as a runner, but basically drop the effort. So again, maybe build a fraction into the front half versus what you're doing in your repeats, and then drop the hammer and try and get as near as you can to that, and then hold it for as long as you can, and then just But that's the way I would run it. I don't know if that helps or not. I can't remember the pace, so that probably that. Hi, FORDY. Use the code Start Fitness for the endorphin 4s. That's awesome. But since that company's in the UK, I'm in Ireland, custom fees. I've not had that issue. Sorry, I'm sorry to hear that. Big Half is boring. It is boring. It's a good event for some people doing their first half, I would say. Just watch the cobblestones. Final question. When are you getting your 40 runs tattoo? Yeah, if you've not seen this, one of our runners has now got 40 runs tattoo, which I think is awesome. Hayden's getting one as well. He said that to me on the yesterday at Hackney. He's actually going to get himself a 40 runs tattoo. So we wait to see that. That'd be good. Maybe we take him along to get that done. Going back to Olivia's go back to the Nova Blast achy knees. How many runs would you give in the shoe? We said achy knees before you give them back. I would look, if your knees are aching, I would look at why your knees are aching more so. Is there a weakness somewhere? Could you do some strength work? Maybe it's just your IT band. I don't know. I'd look at the reason why the knees are aching. Again, the shoe will have an impact on that if you're slightly unstable and that kind of thing in it. Maybe you're running I might sound nuts, but running too fast in the shoe compared to your glycerin. And again, the softer foam will impact your knees as well. But I would have a look at that. Hello from Atlanta. Thoughts on the Magic Speed? Yeah, Magic Speed 3s. I did a half marathon. I think it might have even been last year. I ran the South End half in the Magic Speed 3. Great shoe. You could pick them up cheap as well at Start Fitness. Really good. Gary's saying he hasn't signed up for the non-announced GNR Shakeout run that's not on the website. I'm going to get in so much trouble for that. So I'm not going to say any more than that. Yeah, let's leave that there. Boston 12s have taken 30K to break in. Yeah, I would say that's true with the Bostons because they've got the light strike in them. That does take a little while to break in versus what's in the Nova Blast. Now, the Nova Blast isn't directly soft out of the packet, but I found there's less breaking time. Is the Boston 12 a really good daily trainer? Yes, it is a very good daily trainer. But no, I wouldn't train in them every day. Although that just completely contradicts the fact that it's a daily trainer because you've got the energy rods in there. I would mix them up with something else personally if you can afford to. Although it is a shoe that can do everything. But yes, if you can afford to buy only one shoe, buy the Boston 12 because or the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4, because you can literally train in it and race in it, do your speed sessions in it, go long in it, right? But in an ideal world, you would have like the Boston 12 or maybe something non-play to train in as well, whether it's a cheap daily trainer of some sort, whether it's like a Ride 17 or Velocity 3, whatever. Picked that up. So have a look at that. Last question, because I've been on here longer than I thought I was going to be, but and I'm going to finish with that actually. Can carbon shoes cause ankle issues? I started wearing Saucony Pro 3s and I've had persistent ankle stiffness since February. Saw the osteo. They had no shoe void. Is it best to avoid carbon? Your ankle flexion, your ankle roll, it's probably more related to the strength in your sort of calf muscles, to be honest with you. And I only know that because when I've been having my physio, my calf strength, my leg strength on my ankles is useless. Watch the video we did a couple of weeks ago when I had I think it's it was being measured in newtons, and my ankle like strength when I was pushing out was terrible. So I would look at actually the strength within your legs. Now, I know what you're saying about that you're now wearing the shoes, but that's probably because they've got speed roll technology in, which is a lot more aggressive in the shoe. The foam's probably a lot more aggressive. I don't know what you was running in. I already got a Super Blast and Nova Blast 3. It could literally be the speed roll that's so aggressive in it, or mildly unstable, because I found with this Pro 3, it can be a little bit unstable. So it could be that as well, the fact that you're rolling in your ankles. Get someone to film you as you're running along in them. Okay, so watch as you're running along and see if you're rolling in or rolling out. You're pronating effectively, but also look as you're coming across like that. What's your form like in terms of are you overstriding? What's your cadence like? Do you know what I mean? There's so many different in terms of your mechanics. You know where your hip position is, how much lean do you got? You know where's your leg coming out? Where's your foot contact? Are you more towards the back, more towards the front? You know, that sort of thing. But I would start, yeah, mechanics is important, but I would start ultimately, what's the strength like? You know, what's your whole kinetic chain like? Only because, as again, referring back to my issue with my calf has shown up just from where I've not been running, how weak my ankles are now. And I did that test. It's on the channel. Watch it. I was pathetic. And a lot of that comes from, you know, your ankles. So if you're not strong in your leg and all the way up, then your ankles, you know, the flexion in your ankle in a shoe like the Saucony Pro 3 that does move about, it's got that aggressive speed roll technology, it will show up. Oh, look, there you go. Admittedly, my biomechanics are rubbish. So there you go. Straight away, you said your form's out. So if your form's out, guess what? I guarantee that's a lot of that's related to your strength as well, in terms of how you are as a runner. So that's what you need to work on. You need to work on your strength, and you then need to work on your mechanics. They will improve as you get stronger, but you need to work on that both. And then the shoes will probably work a little bit better for you. But don't be running in something that's making your ankles hurt. That's just ridiculous. If the Super Blasts are working for you, wear them. Super Blast probably work for you because it's wider. It's more forgiving. Yeah. So there we go. Okay, people. What I was going to say, which I meant to get around to saying, was just thanks very much for sticking with us with the live stream and the podcast on a Monday night. I know I'm not reviewing shoes at the moment, as you guys know, I'm injured. I hope you're enjoying the series we're doing about that. But yeah, I appreciate all the support that you're tuning in every week, despite the fact we're not talking about the most current shoes because I'm not running in them, so I can't comment on them. But yeah, I just wanted to say thanks very much for supporting me and the channel while that is happening. So thank you very much. Right, but that's it. I will be here on Friday. And actually, we're talking about running shoes on Friday. The team are going to be talking about their favorite running shoes and why they like them, what they're running, and give a little bit more traction on that side of things. We thought we'd do that this week. And yes, so make sure you tell everybody about this podcast. Make sure you tell everybody about the YouTube channel. Join the coaching. If you're not involved in that, sign up for the app. It is honestly a game changer. It's worth the money every month if you're trying to get a goal this year. Definitely get on there. We've got limited numbers that we can put on it, so get on there now. And I think that's about it. Right, that's it. I will see you later. Hopefully on Friday, I've got some good news for you. Don't sign up for the Great North Run Shakeout that's on the website that's not been announced. Um, I'll see you. I'll see you all later. Bye.